From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Bimbo Oloide.
Hello and welcome.
The offences for the purpose of this trial could be conveniently grouped into mutiny, assault, absent without official leave, housebreaking, conduct prejudicial to good orders and service discipline.
The Nigerian Army court-martials 97 soldiers for offences including mutiny, assault, absconding, housebreaking and disorderly behaviour. The Defence Headquarters insists that the leader of Boko Haram, Abubakar Shekau, is dead after a video goes viral purportedly showing Abubakar Shekau insisting that he's still alive. Our series on Nigeria's independence continues tonight with a look at the health sector. We are being joined tonight by the President of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Kayode Obimbe. And Liberia threatens to prosecute man diagnosed with Ebola in the US.
And on business news tonight, members of the International Organization of Securities Commission agreed to grant long-term funding to small business owners.
And on sports news, President of the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, Mr. Eniton Ashobi, is confident the glory days will return if the country goes back to the basics.
We begin tonight in Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital, where the military has commenced a court-martial of 97 of its troops for offences including mutiny, assault, absconding, housebreaking and disorderly behaviour. This trial comes 2 weeks after 12 soldiers were sentenced to death by firing squad for mutiny and the attempted murder of their commanding officer in Maiduguri, Borno State. The president of the court-martial, Brigadier General Musa Yusuf, promised to conduct a speedy trial and ensure fair hearing and justice to all the accused soldiers. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafor, reports.
Well and truly, try the accused persons.
The President of the General Court-Martial and other members of the panel taking their oath of office, signaling the commencement of a General Court-Martial to try 16 commissioned officers and 76 soldiers of the Nigerian Army. But before that, there was an argument between the defense lawyers and the judge advocate of the court-martial, Lieutenant Colonel Ukpe. Counsel to the accused persons insisted that having been listed as the Assistant Director of Legal Services to the Nigerian Army Headquarters Garrison, he cannot play the role of the judge advocate since he may have given judicial advice to the case. This position was opposed by the prosecution.
Is the legal department not likely to have given legal advice before these charges were framed? This is our objection to the involvement of anybody from the legal department as judge advocate.
Opposing your application to object the judge advocate in this matter, meaning as judge advocate, the judge advocate should remain as it is.
However, Lieutenant Colonel Ukpe defended his position as the judge advocate.
It's better for the members, for the accused persons, to look at these conditions I've just given by and provided by the Armed Forces Act and then object to it. If they can say that the judge advocate was an investigator of the case, or acted as a commanding officer, or was a member of the board of inquiry, then they can have that job.
Done with the argument and no further objection to his position as judge advocate, Colonel Ukpe took his oath.
Carry out the duties of the judge advocate.
To kickstart the trial, the president of the court-martial listed the charges against the accused persons. He gave the assurance that the trial will not only be accelerated, but that justice must be done at the end of the trial.
The offences for the purpose of this trial could be conveniently grouped into mutiny, assault, absent without official leave, housebreaking, conduct prejudicial to good orders and service discipline, offenses relating to service property, among others.
The future of these officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces will be based on the outcome of this court-martial. Trial of the accused persons has been fixed for the 15th of October 2014. Amaka Okafo, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the Defense Headquarters says that it is studying claims made in a video purportedly released by the Boko Haram sect, showing its leader, Abubakar Shakau, allegedly dismissing his death. A statement issued by Defense Headquarters says that from immediate observation and what some online news outlets claim to have seen, the video does not indicate when it was shot. Neither does it show any proof of life or currency, such as screen time or date. The statement adds that the video also did not make any reference to anything that has happened since the reported death. The Defense Headquarters says that it is also noteworthy that the airplane said to be mentioned in the video had been missing before Abubakar Shakau was allegedly killed. The military is affirmative that the individual who appears in the video and claims to be the leader of the terrorist group was killed in the Kondunga battle in September. And staying with security issues, President Goodluck Jonathan has had a closed-door meeting with security chiefs, perhaps to review the security situation in the country, especially in the northeast. The service chiefs and the acting Inspector General of Police, Suleiman Abba, met with the President, Vice President Namadi Sambo, and relevant ministers at the presidential villa, Abuja. Journalists were, however, not briefed after the meeting. The Lagos State government has shut down Linda Manufacturing Company, Iju, makers of expression hair attachments. Announcing this after an inspection of the company's facility, the head of operations for the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Femi Giwa, said the decision was necessary to calm frayed nerves and create a conducive atmosphere for a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of a member of staff. Meanwhile, the company's management has, in a reaction, dismissed the series of complaints made by the protesting workers, describing the allegations as unfounded.
The protest, which greeted the death of a young man at Linda Manufacturing Company here in Iju, Lagos, has continued. And this time around, the other workers are asking for justice. These protesters have embarked on a mission to bed the lion in his den, and they vowed not to look back until their grievances are redressed. They are on their way to Alausa. Meanwhile, we continued our journey to the company's factory in Iju, where we met the police on ground. They say they have come to maintain peace in the area. Attempts to contact the management was again becoming difficult until the arrival of government officials from Alausa. Their entrance seems to have rekindled the hope of these workers, whose fate now hangs in a balance. Our insistence to see the management pays off. They've been pressured into telling us their side of the story.
The issue that the worker requested for permission I was not given, seeing a worker sick, I mean, it's ridiculous. Definitely nobody here can do that. We don't even permit it. As a matter of fact, within this compound, we have a clinic. We have a clinic here, and we have a government-certified nurse that is always there 24 hours. It's always on ground here. There are nurses. We have 3 nurses. Where they can't handle that situation, the company is also running a hospital that is just about 5 minutes drive from here. Just by this College Road, opposite the General Hospital. So the issue of seeing a worker who is sick and ignoring the worker, I mean, is somehow. On this day, the worker we have tried to ask. We know maybe there must have been one time or the other that something like that happened. Maybe that's why they are bringing it in. But in this case, this particular case, the worker never looked sick.
Officials of the Lagos State government decide on a fact-finding mission, which was quite revealing. The heat that greeted us on entering into the factory raised cause for concern. And next was that of safety standards, which appears suspect. We were also taken to where the young Nigerian Wisdom was said to have died. With the inspection tour concluded, the Lasema head of operations gives us his assessment of the tour and decision reached.
There are so many complaints from those who are demonstrating concerning their well-being, environmental impact of the work that is impacting negatively on them. They are talking about some risk and hazard that they are vulnerable to. So we are looking at all these issues. In the meantime, what we have done as a responsive government is that we have shut down the factory. We have told them work has to stop.
Earlier on, the management reacted to several allegations levied against them by the protesting workers. While preliminary investigation continues and a review of CCTV footage on the day the young man died is ongoing. Chris Elams, Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, our series on Nigeria's 54th independence focuses on the health sector. Our guest tonight is the president of the Nigerian Medical Association.